Humans do not fail because they lack intelligence. They fail because intelligence is not the operating system that runs first. What runs first is interpretation. What runs first is emotion. What runs first is the need to reduce uncertainty into something that feels stable. And so the mind does something very specific. It converts reality into a story. Not because it is flawed, but because it is trying to survive inside information it cannot fully control. And that is the beginning of everything humans misunderstand about themselves. There is a repeating structure in almost every human system. It appears in individuals. It appears in relationships. It appears in nations. It appears in history. The structure is this. Uncertainty appears. The mind reacts before understanding. Emotion assigns urgency. The narrative forms instantly. That narrative feels like truth. Action follows the narrative. Reality responds. And then this cycle repeats. This loop is so fast that humans rarely notice it happening. They believe they are thinking clearly in real time, but most of what they call thinking is actually post-rationalization. A justification constructed after the emotional conclusion is already formed. This is not deception. This is compression. The mind cannot process infinite uncertainty, so it compresses. And compression creates bias. Why conflict exists? Most conflict is not disagreement about reality. Most conflict is disagreement about interpretation of reality. Two humans can observe the same event and experience two completely different internal worlds. Not because one is lying, but because each mind selects different emotional priorities. One prioritizes safety. One prioritizes control. One prioritizes connection. One prioritizes status. One prioritizes certainty. And each priority reshapes what truth feels like. So when humans argue, they are rarely debating facts alone. They are defending internal equilibrium. They are protecting the version of reality that allows them to function emotionally. This is why persuasion is often emotional before it is logical, because logic arrives too late to override the initial framing. In earlier environments, human perception was limited. Small groups, slow information flow, direct consequences. The modern systems change the scale. Now humans are exposed to more information than they can verify, more perspectives than they can integrate, more uncertainty than they can resolve. And so the loop accelerates. The interpretation cycle becomes constant. The mind does not get time to stabilize before the next input arrives. This creates a new psychological condition, a sense of permanent, unresolved meaning. Not because reality is unstable, but because attention is overloaded. And when attention is overloaded, humans begin to confuse volume of information with depth of truth. They believe more input equals more understanding, but often it only increases internal noise. Humans do not fail because they lack intelligence. Humans are not primarily reasoning machines. They are meaning-making machines operating under uncertainty. And meaning is not always aligned with accuracy. Meaning is aligned with survivability. So the goal is not to eliminate emotion and not to eliminate interpretation. The goal is to delay finality, to allow a space between reaction and conclusion, because in that space, something rare becomes possible. A thought that is not yet owned by emotion, a decision that is not fully shaped by fear, a perception that is still flexible enough to change. And that flexibility is what humans call clarity. Not certainty.